The guys continue to say like job is not done and stay focused. In what ways has this group showed you just the ability to balance emotions this season? And how impressive is it that you have a group that can handle multiple things at once if you feel like they can?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just the maturity of the group, the intelligence of it. Yeah, I think it comes through. They understand that, we have to keep our focus. We have to be prepared. We have to do the things that are, go into winning, the competitiveness, those moments, those opportunities to compete. That's all that matters, whether you're down, you're up. You just, I think you go back to your competitive spirit and draw on that. And that's how this team's built. So they got to continue to do that.
Mark on the right side.
Mike, with Chris and Drew committed for Team USA, I was wondering, as they were deliberating on that decision, to what extent were you part of those conversations? And if you were, what was kind of your overall message to them?
No, they both went rogue. They completely isolated the decision for our smart move part. So, I think any fan, anytime you have a chance to represent your country and, do something unique and special and be a part of the team, be a part of USA basketball, I think those guys can figure it out on their own. Excited for them and their opportunity. Obviously, a little more interested in the focus is right here with us now, but they're built, to handle all this.
The other day, Drew was talking about defense, and he's just like, it's basically you don't like cancer. In the playoffs, you guys have used two shadows against Durant and here against Booker, where there is one guy that's doing a lot of the scoring, but you got to try to limit those other things. How do you get guys behind it? Like, how do you, that's a tough idea to say, like, hey, we might be okay if this guy goes for 40 as long as we limit.
When you have guys that are about winning and all they care about is winning, I think you've got to go to that place. You've got to figure out, as a player, as a team, as coaches, what gives us our best chance to win. And it's so true. Those guys hate to be scored on. They hate it when anybody scores. And that helps us. I think hopefully make things difficult on Booker and Paul. I think it's just go back to how can we win. And the guys just want to figure out a way to win. Lots of times it's them participating in the conversation, participating in what we think is best for us as a group. And then the execution on Drew and PJ Tucker in particular, with Chris, what those guys give us defensively, this is really, it sets the table for everything else.
Tim up front.
Mike, we've obviously talked a lot about your team's resiliency throughout these playoffs, but part of that's because you guys have been down a decent amount, especially early in the game. Do you have any, obviously you would have fixed it if you knew exactly what it was, but is there any trend line as to what you've kind of noticed as to what's led to some of these slow starts you've had?
I think, sometimes the other night, a couple things stand out to me is, we didn't take care of the ball. The turnovers hurt us in the first quarter. And I think that's maybe one of the biggest things. And, sometimes, our offense, we got to execute a little bit better. We got to screen better, cut harder, be prepared for whatever it is the defense is doing, kind of mentally and literally. But, if you look at the whole playoffs, I think we've done both. We've come out and crushed some first quarters, and we've come out and been in a big hole at the first quarters. The players, I think, did the same routine. We did the same routine when we crushed it and when we were down. And so we tend to stick to our routines, trying to stick to our preparation, understand, it's a long game. Even if you're up, you got to understand that. So we've seen a little bit of everything.
Lori?
Two-part question. What do you make of Giannis's vocal leadership? Specifically vocal. I feel like ever since he got the contract, he's been more vocal. And I don't mean the philosophical stuff. I mean the actual in-game stuff. Maybe it helps you that you don't have to do all the coaching. And then the second part of that is, has he picked up anything that's been really helpful in the finals? Either pointed out something on defense or offense that made a difference in-game?
Yeah, I think the vocal leadership that you're seeing, that you're talking about, I think has been growing. At least I can only speak for the last 3 years, but I think him just understanding how powerful and how impactful he is. And sometimes it's being vocal, it's maybe just, helping teach or learn or grow in a moment. Sometimes it might be getting on somebody, and all those things are hard when, it's your teammate. People, it's not, I think the degree to which teammates want to do those things, especially the hard ones if you're getting on somebody. But I think, his understanding of what we want to do has grown. So when you understand things better, then you can communicate better. And so he's got a high level of understanding of what we want to do, both defensively and offensively. And he's got great passion. He's got great commitment. He's got great relationships with the players. We've talked about him growing and building relationships. And sometimes he's just touching guys. That can be a form of communication. So all that we see and feel, and it's grown. And it's I think with each step we've taken, I think it's maybe even gotten better. But there's other guys in the timeouts that are great too. Whether it's Chris in his way, PJ Tucker, Drew, Brooke, Pat, I think they understand what we want to do, and they just help each other through those moments. And a specific moment, I'm sure there are some, and I tend to just not share those. And I'm gonna say I don't remember them.
Vince in the back.
Hey, Bud, there hasn't been a champion, or rarely been a champion, that doesn't go through some level of heartbreak, playoff heartbreak, before they get there. And you guys have had your share over the past couple of years. Do you think that's been valuable for you as a learning experience? Have you seen examples of it developing toughness? How do you see that the last couple of years leading you to where you are now?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it. Our journey, every team's journey is a little bit different. Every player's journey is a little bit different. And, I think what we've been through the last few years and where we are today, it's all part of it. It makes us, goes into making us who we are, and I think hopefully better prepared, whether it's from a technical standpoint, from a mental standpoint, from a physical standpoint. Your experiences, they go into making you who you are. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. We got to go play a game 6. We got to get ready to execute and play good basketball. But those things have contributed to where we are today.
Sam and Steve, last thing in here. Two different ones for you.
And boom, I was offered extra benefits like dental work, including dentures, extractions, fillings, plus prescriptions, transportation, meals, and so much more, all at no additional cost. And then I asked about the benefit that adds money to my Social Security check. And get this, I'm entitled to an extra $100 a month. That's $1,200 a year added to my Social Security check. And I was like, dynamite! Call the 1-800 number on the screen and see what you may be entitled to. Call now. It's free.
Call 1-800-914-2086. That's 1-800-914-2086 now.
Cash moves everything around me. Free with the money. Let's look. 29.75 was last week.
Let's give you a quick hug and the game's going to go on. Here's for you, just how think he's grown kind of sharing the process with you, where it's not just like, I need to get ready by a game.
For the most part, I just don't see it much behind the scenes. We're always talking about us, probably ways to be better. Things you see in our game, things you see in this game, as long as we're a team effort. Just now, this game was on him more, on us more. I don't see a level.
These two are very different games. What is like a tip or something he can do? Or do you go to Champ and say, like, he's not going to say for you?
No, I think a lot of it is, drawing crowds. We both draw crowds in different ways. He sees work from a different point of view, and I see his crowds from a different point of view. So it's nice to see that feedback of what we see and where the openings are for each other, either just for ourselves games or, just finding other guys and other guys involved, just playing weird basketball judges. We love to study film, we love watching games. We love talking about basketball. So it's all about learning. It wasn't that difficult, just being representing our country.
compressed nature of what the schedule's gonna do.
Doesn't bother me at all. You know, I love basketball. I love playing it. You know, during the off season, it's hard for me to take a couple weeks off. I want to get back in the gym doing something, working on my game, and one eventually is I'll have to get back in shape, which is, you know, a great thing for basketball players. Once you get out of shape, you know, it's hard, you know, to get those wheels going again. So for me,
Yeah, for real. Chris, you guys have never been in this position before, so how are you treating tomorrow? And like, how excited are you? Are you trying not to be excited? Where's the balance you're trying to strike to understand the moment and you know, and go from there?
treating it like every regular season game that we've had, every playoff game that we had. Taking one game at a time, and every game is a must win. That's it.
Chris, what have you guys seen that has enabled you all to be so effective out in transition? You guys had 21 fast break points in the last game. What have you seen that's leading to that?
It starts with our defense for sure, being able to get a stop. Then we have, you know, really 3 or 4 guys that can always get aboard and take it with us and create problems, whether it's going all the way, finding shooters, just create havoc, having playmakers on the court and shooters on the court that can space. It's been key for us.
You guys, I've always, you guys have like 14 points in transition in the regular season. It's up to 17 now. Is that placed as an emphasis going into the series, or is that just going to evolve in the series?
I'll say it's involved. You know, we watch film ways we can get better, ways we can space the court better for Giannis, especially in transition for him to get downhill and not see a wall. And then also when he sees that wall, being able to kick out and we're able to play through that. You know.
You just mentioned treating this like any other game. The other night, Giannis was